It's intensely personal. It's getting more personal. They're going to discover more information that's going to make them angry. They're out to salvage their reputation. So there's not going to be an easy way to walk away from this and say, okay, let's just call it a day.
What started as a Hollywood disagreement has erupted into an all-out war with no escape route in sight. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, once untouchable in the glittering world of celebrity, now find themselves trapped in a legal nightmare of their own making.
Juries don't like liars. Trials are about credibility.
As courtroom doors slam shut behind them, the battle has become intensely personal, a powder keg of accusations, counterclaims, and damaged reputations.
She wants different rules for her than she wants for Baldoni and his team, which I don't think the judge will agree with.
Judge Lyman, watching this spectacle unfold with growing frustration, sees through the celebrity facade to the truth beneath. Unlike the controlled environment of a movie set, there are no directors yelling "cut" when things go wrong, no script rewrites to fix mistakes, and certainly no editing room to remove uncomfortable truths.
So her testimony is super important in this case, and if you can show the jury that she's lied, juries don't like liars.
In this real-world drama, Blake and Ryan are discovering that their star power dims considerably under the harsh fluorescent lights of a courtroom, where facts matter more than fame, and where their carefully crafted image is crumbling before their eyes. The bombshell dropped with the subtlety of a Hollywood explosion when a leaked audio recording shattered the carefully constructed narrative.
Well, actually what I said last time is, of the 92-8 split, which is 92% of cases settled and 8 don't, this does meet criteria of being within that 8%, because it's intensely personal.
In what industry insiders are calling Hollywood's Watergate moment, powerful agent Ari Emanuel's voice echoed through the entertainment world, revealing the dark machinery behind the scenes. The recording allegedly exposed how Justin Baldoni was blacklisted not for any professional shortcoming, but because he crossed paths with the wrong power couple.
And so I think there could be some argument about whether it was leaked and shouldn't have been leaked, and should they have the information or what it may be. But no matter what happens, this is a damning blow.
Imagine building your career for decades only to have it destroyed by a whispered conversation in a corner office. This wasn't just career sabotage, it was character assassination orchestrated from the shadows. As the audio made its rounds, the entertainment industry held its collective breath, wondering who else might have been silently banished from the golden kingdom of Hollywood for similar offenses.
This dispute, these words that were said by Lively's side, had a clear, immediate negative impact on Baldoni's group.
For Blake and Ryan, what was meant to remain in darkness has now been thrust into the spotlight, and Judge Lyman reportedly has tangible evidence of the behind-the-scenes manipulation that has been the industry's dirty little secret for far too long. In a twist straight out of a thriller, the Freakonomics podcast episode containing the damning Emanuel audio mysteriously vanished into the digital ether. One day it was there, sending shockwaves through Hollywood. The next, gone without a trace.
But what I think we're seeing now with this quote is WME absolutely got rid of him because of these things that were said. And so now he's got a clear line to get damage support.
If you weren't already convinced of the power wielded by entertainment elites, this digital disappearing act should send chills down your spine. What kind of influence does it take to make an entire episode of a major podcast evaporate overnight? The video creator poses a chilling question. If they can erase unfavorable media with a phone call, what else have they been silently removing from public view all these years? Despite the apparent attempt to put the genie back in the bottle, the damage was already done. The audio had spread too far, been heard by too many, and created too much buzz to be forgotten.
I think this is inching towards that percentage of lawsuits that don't settle. We could very well see a trial in this case.
For Baldoni, this apparent cover-up attempt transformed from a career-ending crisis into a potential legal goldmine, providing a clear pathway to damages in what has become Hollywood's most watched legal drama. When most legal complaints run about 25 pages, Blake Lively shattered expectations by filing what amounts to the War and Peace of Hollywood lawsuits, a staggering 180-page document that has legal experts raising their eyebrows in disbelief. Why would anyone need the length of a novella to make their case unless they were burying the truth under mountains of verbiage?
If you have somebody who has a significant amount of power in the industry and has the ability to tell stars not to go on your podcast in the future, and has general ability to make life uncomfortable for you and ask for a favor, you're more inclined to do it, right?
As one legal analyst in the video put it, this wasn't a legitimate legal document, but a PR manifesto disguised in legal clothing. Picture attorneys flipping through page after page, searching for actual claims amid paragraphs of narrative manipulation. The sheer volume speaks volumes. When you're telling the truth, you don't need 180 pages to do it.
So yes, does he have the power to do it? Yes. And I think a lot of people who are even a lot less powerful than Ari Emanuel would have the power to do that. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
This wasn't just unusual, it was a red flag visible from orbit. The complaint reportedly reads more like a Hollywood screenplay than a legal document, complete with dramatic flourishes and character assassinations that have nothing to do with legal arguments. For a profession that values brevity and clarity, this novel-length filing screamed of desperation and manipulation, a telltale sign of a case built on shifting sands.
Oh, just from a PR standpoint, if they both struck an agreement and walked away, that would be the smartest. Because it's not going to get it was never going to get any better from Lively after when she filed that California Civil Rights Division pre-complaint, right?
In a stunning reversal that has Hollywood insiders gasping, the smoking gun video that Lively had hyped as damning evidence against Baldoni apparently showed exactly the opposite of what she claimed. After building anticipation for footage supposedly so disturbing it would end Baldoni's career, the full video leaked, and viewers were treated to images of Lively smiling, participating, and appearing completely comfortable in the very scene she had described as traumatic. Talk about a plot twist nobody saw coming.
Okay, so I was able to read the amended complaint, which, by the way, it's very abnormal. It's almost 180 pages, 400 and some odd paragraphs. Complaints are not normally that long, but this one has to be for public consumption.
When the video contradicted her narrative so completely, did she admit the discrepancy? Not even close. Instead, she allegedly shifted gears entirely, claiming Baldoni wasn't in character during the scene, and that she was forced to act like she enjoyed it. The irony wasn't lost on observers. An actress claiming damages because she had to act? This spectacular backfire didn't just damage her case, it obliterated her credibility.
So it kind of makes them look like they're trying to take that video now that it's out and kind of spin it in a different direction.
Legal experts cited in the video warn that juries have zero patience for witnesses caught in obvious lies, and once credibility is lost, it can never be regained. When the evidence starts mounting against you, what's a desperate celebrity to do? If you're Team Lively, apparently the answer is to try hiding crucial evidence behind an attorney's eyes only protection order, a rare legal maneuver that would have prevented even Baldoni himself from seeing the evidence against him.
And that's why you think, like you mentioned before, that you think this video is the most damning evidence that Baldoni has so far.
I think so. And it's better than worse.
Now, why would someone push for such extraordinary secrecy, unless there was something career-endingly damaging they needed to conceal? As the courtroom drama intensified, shadowy rumors circulated about 100 million reasons why Lively's team wanted this evidence buried, language that sounds suspiciously like bribery allegations.
See, it seems insurmountable. It seems like this case cannot be settled.
Judge Lyman, reportedly having none of it, shut down this attempt with a blistering reminder that courts serve the public, not entitled celebrities who think justice is for sale. The stunning rebuke highlighted the fundamental disconnect between Hollywood reality and actual reality. In the entertainment world, problems disappear with the right phone call and enough zeros on a check. In a courtroom, however, truth isn't negotiable, and no amount of star power can change the rules of evidence or procedure, no matter how desperately Lively's team apparently tried.
Really what they did is they said, well, yes, all of that happened, but when Baldoni was in that scene dancing, he wasn't in character. And she was being forced to act as though she loved him, which is, in my mind, just acting.
In a move straight from the celebrity scandal playbook, Team Lively allegedly unleashed their nuclear option, anonymous accusers conveniently materializing just when the case was crumbling. Two unnamed actresses supposedly stepped forward with similar claims against Baldoni, but here's the kicker that had media insiders rolling their eyes. These accusers weren't even named in actual court documents. No initials, no pseudonyms, nothing. Just trust us, they exist. The desperation was palpable. If these witnesses were legitimate and their claims substantial, why weren't they officially documented in legal filings? The answer may lie in a shocking revelation. Multiple media outlets reportedly refused to publish these allegations because they lacked basic credibility. Let that sink in.
Blake Lively had changed some stuff up in her amended complaint. Now she is describing that dancing scene very differently than she did in her first complaint.
In today's clickbait-hungry media environment, these accusations were deemed too flimsy even for gossip columns. When The Hollywood Reporter, which the video claims had been biased in Lively's favor, had to leak the witness information themselves because no reputable outlet would touch it, you know something is seriously wrong with your case. When your Hollywood disaster spirals so completely out of control that even standard celebrity damage control won't cut it, what's your next move? Apparently, for Blake and Ryan, it was bringing in the big guns, literally. Sources claim the power couple hired former CIA agents specializing in crisis management to salvage what remained of their reputations. These aren't your average PR professionals. These are the shadow operators who've buried government scandals, crafted political spin campaigns, and made international incidents disappear from public memory. Imagine being in such deep trouble that you need actual intelligence operatives to clean up your mess. The very fact that they reportedly required this level of intervention speaks volumes about how catastrophically their legal strategy had failed. But here's the kicker that had Hollywood insiders slack-jawed. Even these masters of deception couldn't fix the disaster. When professional government-level cover-up artists can't make you look good, you've entered a rarefied atmosphere of career self-destruction that few celebrities have ever reached. It's like calling in brain surgeons to fix a paper cut, except in this case, the patient was already beyond saving. In the most damning sign yet that this case is beyond salvation, reports emerged that even Leslie Sloan PR, the firm handling Blake Lively's public image, allegedly tried to back away from the radioactive case. This isn't just any PR firm. This is the crisis management team that represents Hollywood's elite, the miracle workers who've salvaged careers from the ashes of scandals that should have ended them permanently. These are the professionals who handle the unhandleable, who fix the unfixable, who've seen the absolute worst of celebrity behavior and still found ways to spin it. And even they reportedly wanted nothing to do with this case anymore. Let the magnitude of that sink in. The very people whose entire business model is built on making celebrities look good regardless of what they've done were apparently looking at Blake Lively's situation and backing away slowly. When your own reputation managers, the people literally, being paid to stand by you through the worst, are trying to jump ship, you haven't just hit rock bottom. You've broken through to new depths previously unknown to celebrity kind. The most intriguing mystery in this entire legal saga might be why Blake and Ryan are reportedly fighting tooth and nail to suppress Taylor Swift's private messages from being revealed in court. What explosive secrets could possibly be contained in those texts that have the power couple so terrified? The desperation to keep these messages hidden has legal analysts raising significant questions. What communications between these Hollywood elites would be so damaging that they're willing to risk everything to keep them buried? Are we talking about coordinated pressure campaigns against executives, industry blacklisting strategies, evidence of the very manipulation that's at the heart of this case? The video suggests that if these texts actually supported Lively's position, she'd be the first person demanding they be made public. Instead, the frantic attempts to suppress them have only heightened suspicion that they contain something devastating. This isn't just about privacy. This is about potential evidence of how Hollywood power players use their influence to control narratives, manipulate careers, and potentially pressure individuals behind the scenes. The more desperately they fight to keep these texts hidden, the more convinced observers become that they contain the smoking gun that could blow this entire case wide open.